All right. Hello, guys. Everybody know me? As Mrs. Troyer, I only have one rule, and that there's about 300 of you, and there's only one of me. So if it gets a little too loud, I'm going to go like this, and I'm hoping that you guys can just quiet it down till I finish, okay? I want to show you everything I got. And all right. I just wanted to share a couple of my passions in life. One of them, obviously, you guys. I love you guys. Another thing, I like artsy things. I like bling. I like little colorful things. And my third passion is garbage. Yeah, what can I say? I like garbage. Does anybody know the 3 R's? Anybody know the 3 R's? Mary, what's one of them? You know any of them? PJ. Garbage. The 3 R's. Reduce. Reduce the amount of garbage that we're putting in our environment, right? Yeah. Reduce. What's another one? Recycle. That's our third one. They're in order for a reason. We want to reduce the amount of trash first. We certainly don't want to have a lot of trash around. Reduce. Reuse. I heard it over here. Reuse, recycle. They're the 3 R's, okay? So we want to reduce the amount of trash. We want to reuse what we have. If something breaks, we want to fix it. And we want to recycle, like you guys recycle your milk here. I feel like I'm yelling into this mic. I used to really yell. All right, so I'm going to share about my passions in just a minute. I'm going to tell you a little bit about when I was young. When I was young, my teachers told me and my classmates that we were the hope and that we were the future and that we could make a difference in this world. Well, I didn't really understand what that meant when I was really young. But I started growing up and my dad gave me a piece of paper on litter. Does anybody know what litter is? What's litter? That's right, they just rip it up and throw it out the car as it's driving along the road. It's just garbage thrown about. You see it in your parks, you see it in the streets, and it's just litter. Well, I learned a lot about the litter and the billions and billions of pieces of trash that are in our environment, in our landfills and our oceans each year. So I have a little demonstration here I'm going to show you. I brought in these dumbbells. These dumbbells are a pound each, okay? Each of us, as people, make about 4 of these a day, 4 pounds of garbage a day. So I'm going to show you how much garbage we make as a world, okay? Can you turn the light out? All right, so you guys are learning about the 100 chart. My friends back here can't see. But I have a 100 chart up here. If you guys remember from your classrooms, you have a 100 chart. You're learning to count to 100, right? So this is Ben Franklin. Where is he? There he is. He's on the $100 bill. So in this case, we're going to say 100. We've counted to 100. $100 bill. We're going to say in terms, think of pounds, okay? So when I say $100, think 100 pounds. All right, so there's Ben Franklin. He's on our $100 bill. So what do you think 100 hundreds is? That's going to be about $10,000. You can put that in your pocket, believe it or not. There's 100 100s, $10,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, $10,000. Well, you know, a million's going to look a lot bigger than that, right? $1 million is a lot of money, $1 million. But guess what? You can put that in your backpack. There's my guy standing there looking at it, floating away. There he is, okay? Hey, there's $1 million. I can put that in my backpack, right? $1 million. What's a million look like? That's $100 million. That's a lot of money, too. That's $100 million. And in this case, we're thinking pounds, 100 million, okay? So that's on about a 3 by 3 foot crate, $100 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Well, Mrs. Troyer, what do we think a billion looks like? $1 billion is going to be all that. Now, in terms of the United States, just us as a country, we're a small amount in the world. We make 400 of those packets 1 year. In terms of garbage, 400 billion pounds of garbage a year. That's a lot of garbage. How much does this whole world make? Oh my gosh. Well, what comes after a billion? A trillion! Oh my gosh, what's a trillion look like? Well, here's my guy. Down here in the corner. See him? And in terms of a world population in a year, we make about 10 of those in pounds of garbage. Okay. Gotta quiet down. All right, we make a lot of trash. We make a lot of trash. But guess what? That's a lot of trash, but there is something we can do about it. You can put it back on, Mrs. McGaugh. Thank you. All right, so that's a lot of trash. But there are the 3 things we can do about it, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, I brought in my very own trash bag to show you. I brought in my own trash bag, okay? And let's see, what do I have in here? Oh my goodness, who gets newspapers in newspaper bags? Yes, 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 yes. Well, when I was younger, my grandmother taught me how to crochet. Little did I know I'd grow up and learn to crochet trash. So I cut up my bags and I decided to crochet my bags, okay? And I'm crocheting my bags out of plastic. And I made some things out of Hershey bags. Whoa. So I made my bags, got a little Hershey kiss on it. And this is out of the Hershey bags that you guys get at Hershey Park. And I made a little purse out of it. This is out of one of my garbage bags. I make these out of garbage bags. Made this out of the newspaper bags, and I also made the pom-pom out of the plastic too. So I made that out of the plastic too. This is my 4th of July ornament. All right, hold up. Another one I made out of trash. This is the newspaper bags. And then my mother, she was sick in the hospital at Holy Spirit, and I got the Holy Spirit bags, and I made one out of a Holy Spirit bag with plastic fringe. But there are other things I could make out of it as well. I made my husband loves this right here. Actually, not, that wasn't what I made. Out of plastic. This is out of garbage. So I made that out of plastic. I'll show you, oh my goodness, my kitty cat. Anyone have cats? I get these cat treat bags. These are so bad for the environment, okay? These don't break down into the soil. These are metal bags. So I thought, well, let me make a kitty cat bag. I made a kitty cat with a little mousey on there and everything out of my kitty cat. My friends in Mr. Smith's class, I have Bianca and who else gave me that? Rachel, Cody, Aubrey, they gave me some of their treats, and Will and Sophia, Mrs. Lichtel's class, gave me some of these. I'm sure you guys drink out of these all the time, right? Yeah. Well, you can make these same kind of bags out of those. I didn't have enough time to make one of these bags, so I thought I'd just make a couple wallets. So I made these little wallets. You can sew them and make little wallets out of them. So I made that for them. Oh, let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I also drink coffee. Mrs. McGaugh and I drink a lot of coffee. So these are really bad for the environment too. These do not break down. So I made this coffee bag out of coffee. Some of you guys have seen this one. Hold on. Alright, hold up, get a little. And here's another one. This is Dunkin' Donuts. goodness, what is this? This is an envelope, a metallic envelope for mailing things. Not good, not good, not good. So I had to make a bag out of it. Oh, where is it? So I made a little bag out of it. And this is a dog chain. I recycled a dog chain. This is a dog chain here. So that's a little bag. See, I had some extra stamps. I made a stamp bag. Out of stamp. Now my last two, hold up. Hold on a second. I have two more bags I want to show you. One of them is these. Do you know what these are? These are mylar balloons. These are metallic balloons. They're so pretty, but they're so bad for the environment because these do not break down in our soil. So I cut them into tiny little strips. And I cut them into triangles. And I went like this, and I rolled them up, and I made hundreds of them, and made little beads. And I sewed them together, and I made a little tiny purse. And this is out of tiny metallic balloon beads, okay? Now when I was in high school, my last bag is when I was in high school, you guys get bubble gum wrappers. You can actually fold them into tiny pieces. I'm sure some of the people here make bubble gum wrappers. You fold it, folding it like that. And what you can do is you can make a chain. The longest chain in the Guinness Book of World Records is like 6 miles long of this thing. And you can put them together. And you can make a chain, okay? So what I did when I was in high school, I took little tiny pictures and I put them on pieces of paper and I put Scotch tape on them and I made this bag. And this is from a long time ago, but it's got tiny little pictures on it. But it's out of the whole idea of a gum wrapper chain. You can see how old it is. It's yellow, falling apart. All right. So those are my things that I like to do. Garbage. Alright, so I just want to tell you right now what you guys are learning today. Your math, your reading, your science, your art, everything that you guys are learning today is going to affect you in the future at some point. Maybe not now, maybe not in 10 years, but it's going to affect you. I want to leave you with a little story. Okay, I'm going to read you a quick story. Alright, so there was this young man walking down a deserted beach just before dawn, and in the distance he saw a frail old man. As he approached the old man, he saw him picking up stranded starfish and throwing them back in the sea. The young man gazed in wonder as the old man again and again threw the small starfish from the sand to the water. He asked, "Old man, why do you spend so much energy doing what seems to be a waste of time?" Well, the old man explained that the stranded starfish would die if they were left in the morning sun. Well, there must be thousands of beaches and millions of starfish, said the young man. How can you make any difference? Well, the old man looked at the small starfish in his hand and threw it to the safety of the sea and said, "It makes a difference to that one." So what I'm going to leave you with today is that you guys are our hope and you guys are our future and you guys can make a difference, one piece of garbage at a time. Thank you. A belt and a placemat. Wow. Well, let's give Mrs. Square